This is the quickest way to be successful in cybersecurity, but it's also going to cover how to be successful in any area. It really is the quickest way. I know it sounds like clickbait, and maybe to an extent it is, but this is honestly the way, the best way by far, undisputably. So definitely stay tuned if you want to level up in this space or anywhere else. Hey guys, what's up? This is Ryan from elevatecyber. Now, this is something that it took me a while to understand. And to be honest, I know I have another video on this channel that I made back in the day on this topic. However, I know a lot of you guys, especially in recent months, have been subscribing to the channel, watching the videos, which is absolutely amazing. And by the way, if you're watching this right now and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. And, by the end of the video, hit the like button or the dislike button. If you thought it was of value or not, any feedback is good feedback, most certainly. Drop some comments as well if you have any questions. But let's get right into it, because I want to make a more updated video for you newer guys that have joined in recent times. And maybe this is a message that you need to hear. I think that it could benefit a ton of people, because if I were to look back on my own approach to learning things in general, I was very suboptimal before I knew about this one thing here, and that is invest in yourself, right? So I think a lot of people get caught up in this resource or that resource, or trying to do things, go off and do everything on their own, right? So maybe they will use other resources, but for the most part, they want to learn everything on their own. They're going to go and scour the internet and find all these resources, which there's amazing resources out there. And you can most certainly learn from doing it like that. And I did. I learned a lot in all the areas that I've improved in by myself. However, the quickest way, if you really want to get to a high level in whatever it is you're doing, you must invest in yourself. If you look at the most successful people in any field, they are guys that have invested in themselves in that area, right? If you look at some of the most successful businessmen, right, they have mentors, they have coaches, they have people that they pay a lot of money for to learn from, right? Maybe they're attending seminars and things like that. The greatest salesman, right? They're going to sales conferences. They might have a mentor as well. And the way you get these mentors is, of course, you probably heard the age-old networking, offer to help them for free in some way. And that is absolutely a really good strategy. Now, in addition to that, sometimes you're going to have to pay, right, to get into someone's network, right? But I'm telling you, if you're willing to pay and to invest in yourself, it's going to open doors and unlock opportunities that you may not even think is possible right now. Because here's the thing, when you pay for something, right? Maybe it is a course or a seminar or a private group, a private community. If you're willing to pay for something like that, you're going to be around other people that are also of a like mind, right? Of that higher tier, that higher drive, right? If you're with the free crowd, you're going to notice, right? If you do take a leap, invest in yourself and get into some kind of premium group, whatever it may be, you're going to notice immediately you're dealing with higher quality people. That's just how it is. Honestly, that's just the name of the game. A lot of times when you're with the free crowd, they think in a certain way and they're always looking for the next tip, the next trick. But when you get yourself, and in a similar vein, right, if you talk to a lot of successful people that have high-level mentors, what they say is how they met that mentor was at a higher-level event. Maybe it was a networking event. Maybe it was some expensive lounge or something. You got to go where the successful people hang out, right? And the more successful people are going to hang out in these premium groups where they're paying stuff, because the successful people, they know that the quickest way to get ahead is to learn from someone who already has gotten what they want, right? Who already has experience with the thing that they're trying to learn. And I do this all the time. I have a ton of mentors. I have mentors for every single thing that I'm really striving to improve at. So even I do that. And right, if you were to look at the most successful people, like I was saying earlier, even they have mentors. Now, I understand if there's a little bit of an objection maybe in your mind, like, why do I have to pay? And all the stuff, it should be free, should be this and that. And look, I get it. I'm half Bengali. I know like the mentality of Indian people or Bengali people, or just people that are a little bit more reserved and more hesitant and more frugal, if you will. But at the end of the day, of all the frugal, super frugal people how many of them are where you want to be financially? Success. How many of them are as successful as you want to be, right? So that's something that you have to consider, because I can totally understand the reservation to spend the money, but you got to look at it, like I was saying, as an investment. When I say invest in yourself, yeah, you might be spending some money on the front end, but you're going to be able to acquire skills that are going to allow you to make more money on the back end. And that is what makes it an amazing investment, right? The reality is, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, no one is going to invest in you. Only you're going to be the only one that's going to take a chance on yourself. So if you won't even take a chance on yourself and invest in yourself, then no one else will, right? You have to be your own biggest supporter, is what it really comes down to, right? Because at the end of the day, no one really cares. No one really cares if you get OSCP, if you don't get OSCP, if you land a job in cybersecurity or not. I mean, maybe your mom kind of cheers you on. She's like, oh yeah, I hope that you do well and you get a job that you're looking for, or whatever, right? But at the end of the day, everyone, they just they look over, they say, oh, and then they go about their lives, right? No one really cares like you care about your own life. So you have to take things in your own hands, and you have to invest in yourself and take every advantage. Because here's the thing. When you are willing to spend some money to level up your skill set, then you're going to care a lot more as well. There's a saying that goes like this: it pays to pay attention. And that's definitely true. It's a simple psychological fact that if you have some money staked in your own improvement, right? You put money down to learn a skill from someone that's a qualified expert, or someone that excels in that area. Just the fact that you put the money down, you're going to be more invested than if you got that course for free. You're going to pay attention more. You're going to apply things more. Now, with that being said, just because you invested money in something, that does not mean that you're necessarily going to be successful. Because there's tons of people that go to seminars, they go to, they are in private groups, they do have mentors, but they don't apply anything they learn. So that is the caveat. That is the key, really, to getting the advantage out of this, is you have to rigorously apply what you are taught by your mentors, right? Because it does you no good just to know the information. Knowledge is only potential. You need to have a bias towards action. And when you're learning these things, you need to be aggressive about applying it. But if you do those two things, you're willing to invest in yourself, take what you learn and you apply it, you're going to see an insane increase in your efficiency and just how far you can go. And this was the biggest turning point for me when I went from trying to do everything on my own to, I'm going to invest in myself. Even the network, the contacts that I have met through my various mentors and groups I've been in has been absolutely insane. And it's really taken me to the next level. And then once you surround yourself with those higher level people that have their goals, their drives, their ambitions, same as you, well, it becomes a lot easier to stay motivated, if you will. I don't really like the word, but to stay motivated, right? Because you see them excelling, you see them working hard, going after their dreams, their passions, their desires. And if you're not doing that, you just feel like, what am I doing, right? So you want to put yourself in an environment. I'm sure everyone knows the importance, I would think, of the people you surround yourself with, right? You're the sum of the people you surround yourself with, or however the saying goes. Well, if you're surrounding yourself with other people that are just crushing it, then it's going to be harder for you not to be, right? You're going to be the outsider if you're not. So that's one way to do it. Join these groups, invest in yourself. And yeah, I will see you guys in some of the videos on screen. If you want to make some free investments in yourself in the form of time and just watching these videos, you can get started there and, go out there and learn what you want to learn, even if you have to invest in yourself. That's the quickest way to do it. And let me know what you think in the comments section below, and I will see you guys right over in those videos. Thanks for watching.